How many times you hear this? Mate, I could have gone pro, you know, if it wasn't for my knee. I could have gone pro only if I knew what to do to avoid that injury. It's a constant theme out there, and I know what it feels like to get injured, to miss out a lot on your training, missing out opportunity after opportunity. You feel like you're losing out and your teammates are out there reaching the level and you are still behind. So this is why I will help you solve this problem. This channel focuses on helping you to go from a Sunday league to an academy level. Hopefully you can make it to that pro environment just like I did in just a year time. The objective of this video is to work on your ball mastery session, and I want to transition to where we're going to focus on some injury prevention, specifically your knee. Start your session with a good gentle little warm-up. Ideally you should be working about 30%. So I need you to focus a lot more on your range of motion. You don't need to rush any exercise that you're doing, so take care. So as part of the warm-up, what I'm going to go into now is some ball mastery work. Ideally I'm going to show you about 5 simple exercises just to get you going. You're going to perform each exercise for 1 minute, followed by 30 seconds rest. So the first one, all we're going to focus is the in and out. So what you're going to do is tap it inside, quickly transition to pushing back outside. And when you're doing this as well, I need you to be on your toes. I need you to get really low when you're trying to perform this as well. Be really light. Use the outside, inside to push, outside to push, inside to push back in. Now, can you also now get into the habit of getting your head up so you can scan? Because you're doing this exercise as well, naturally, you are already working on the other foundation of being agile on our feet. So, again, it reduces the chance of you getting injured. This next one, what I want to focus on is the V drag. Come across, open up to push. Drag with the sole of your foot, push with the inside, and then from here, your body positioning, facing one gate, then pushing back out into a V motion to tap back outside. So you're going to start really slow. Once you've been able to master, understand the pattern of this, now we can look to speed it up a bit more. For this to be effective and work, you need to be on your toes and get really low so you're more balanced and you have control over the football. So for this to be able to work, ideally roll it, stop it there. So once you stop, now I need you to be able to transfer your weight onto the opposite gate. So the ball of your foot, you're going to roll it across. The ball needs to be moving always. Look at that, a little move here. So this is what we're going to do. So just dribble in and out. So when you're performing this drill, it's multi-directional. So I need you to actually be able to express yourself. So work on being agile as well. Another key thing about this drill is that it allows you to be more confident on the football because you're getting used at taking plenty of touches on the football. So in a game scenario, when the ball comes to you, you could receive it anyhow you want. So it could be like that, or it could be back foot, or it could be like that. Look at Messi, for example, when he's dribbling, he's able to just nudge the ball, just like nudging it, but with pace and control. So once you're going just there, figure of 8, just there like that, figure of 8. Ideally, you're going to work like that. Keep it really close, around the cone, with control. All right, this is your strong foot now. Can you also do the same thing with your weak foot? So work on that transition where you're able to just to change. Nudging the ball. Keep that ball really close. So figure of 8, now both feet. You can see the transition of me changing foot. Let me ask you this question here. How many times have you heard this? I could have gone pro if it wasn't for my knee. I could have gone pro if I just knew how to recover. Again, it comes down to injury. Your muscle or every single part of your body works in pairs or in groups. Your ankles, your knee, your hip, that's a line of movement. So for example, let's say now your ankles are very strong and then your hips are also very strong. This exposes your knee to be very weak and it puts a lot of stress that you don't need. So what we can do is counterbalance this by strengthening your knee. Your hip is very strong. Now your knee is also strong. This means your ankles will be very weak. So at times when you're doing certain exercise, certain movement, because your ankles are weak, that's why you find yourself breaking your ankles or ripping the muscles, your ligaments attached to your bones, you know, because they're not strong. So this is why when we are training, we need to train with a purpose and understand what we're doing. So listen, if you are new here on the channel, my aim is to help you go from a Sunday league to the academy. Hopefully you can progress to that pro environment just like I did with 1 year. And anyone can actually do this with the right guidance and the right experience. I spent the last 15 years playing football. I made so many mistakes, and I've been able to take the mistakes, refine them in a way where I can educate you. And I've also educated my little brother. Now he's in the Premier League, and I've also helped some of my other clients. And this is why I want to come here and help you. Also, I've designed a free training plan, in-season plan, that you can start using. It's the basic but effective. The link will be down below. Download the free training plan and see the sort of things I do. So to start off, set 4 cones apart. Pick up a football or something. Okay, so you work like that. So just there, work for 1 minute. As you can see as well, when I'm doing this movement, you can see how my knee, the weight is going forward. This is already naturally just strengthening my knee. Now when I go backwards, now it's going on that side, strengthening. If I go forward, it's a different part of muscle that's been used again to make sure I'm stable. Okay, and it becomes quite hard because your body's not used to be in that position. Around your muscle, there's something called stylages. So stylages basically allows your muscles to be quite stable. So if now you're doing certain things like this, you're not strong because of lack of stylages. So this exercise is perfect to help you to actually have that balance, to counterbalance and do certain movement like this. All right, so work like that for 1 minute, then transition to the other leg. Do the same thing. This drill also helps you to work on your core. When you're doing certain movement, your core is engaged. Moving on, what we're going to do is work on some isometric exercise, meaning there's no movement. Also, when you're doing this, get your front foot up, control yourself. So now let's say you are struggling to just do 1 foot. Just go down into 2 and just sit down. If it's still easy, you can hold 2 kettlebell or like something, some weight. And if that's too easy, you can go there. And the main thing is that we are strengthening the muscles around your knee. That will reduce when you get into some impact. Bring it back up completely. Squeeze your glute. So your bum, squeeze it so you engage the muscle fibers around it to feel the impact. So you're gonna walk up and down like this, coming back up. Well, these muscles here is what allows you to slow down. If these muscles are very soft and weak and you're trying to decel from a sprint and that is weak, you could pull it. A lot of footballers, they neglect this muscle, your adductors. When you're kicking, you're pushing off. You can see sometimes this muscle here is engaged, especially when you're even passing the football. Get a soft ball, put this between your legs like this. Come up and squeeze for 10 seconds as hard as you can. Let's say, for example, now you've done 8, 9, 10. Don't just let go straight away. Sometimes you could feel like a shock of power inside here because your body's not used to it and it could hurt. So you might feel about some discomfort. So what you could do is after you get to 10, slowly start to release. As if, let's say you're driving a car, you don't want to just slam the brake to stop, do you? So you easily apply the brakes to come to a stop. So how many times in games do you see yourself do a lot of jumps, moving, being explosive? When you're landing, at times you'll find yourself landing on 1 single foot. Ideally, to reduce the amount of injuries, it's by doing this exercise. Bound, hold. Just there, be stable. You don't want to land and be like this all over the place or there, all over the place. If you don't have that balance, you need to have the balance. When you're doing that, it's explosive, just there, just there. Hold. Now, game scenario, at times when you land, boom, you will need to transition forward or adjusting your body to push off. And if you're landing now and your knee is weak, you could be like this. Ref, stop. And that could be 3 months, 4 months, a year out, and you miss a lot of opportunities, a lot of training. I don't want you to get to that phase, right? So please make sure when you are training, try this. So by now you will come to understand that I love to be specific. So I say take touch, up and up, just there, there, take a touch, hand is, hold, then take a touch, take a touch, take a touch. So just there, that mechanic. All right, that mechanic, getting your knees up. And then that flexion of your toes pointing up as well. Take a touch, just there. With this drill, ideally, I need you to focus on a lot of change of direction, be light on your toes, being able to maneuver through tight situation. You know, at times your muscles need to be able to contract, relax, contract. You're doing this, that sharpness of going somewhere else, moving, changing. Your muscles are getting used to it, and it also strengthens your knees, you know, and your ankles. Changing, pushing off, pushing off, pushing off, there, change. Moving on, my question to you is, how many times do you find yourself sprinting in a game? How many times do you find yourself changing direction quite often? Short distance sprint, it could be 5 meter, 10 meter, 7 meter apart. So what I have set up here, 5 meter apart. So all we're gonna work on is your sprint, go around, go back around, go down, sprint back down. There, decel, decel, now push across, decel, back down. So from there, I need you to rest for about 40 seconds. Then you repeat the same thing 3 times. Next thing, what I need you to do is perform the same thing with a football. Get it sharp, get around, get back around, get up, back down, stop. That's you there. Then from there, then go. There. Slow down. Especially parents watching this video, please just know that with that extra 50% support from you, your child has a massive advantage to actually get to that pro environment. Also, I've created a free in-season training plan that you can start doing to see real results. I have put a link down below. Listen, anyways, if you are new here on the channel, make sure you like this video and subscribe.